Ted Lasso Season 2, Episode 10 is now on Apple TV for you all to go and watch. I have just watched it. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this particular episode. Did I love it? Did I hate it? But let me know in the comments below, what did you all think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or are you mixed? Smash it down in the comments below. Smash that like button for me as well. Click subscribe as well. And without further ado, let's jump into this review of Episode 10, Season 2 of Ted Lasso. Okay, so episode 10. Look, I loved last week's episode with Coach Beard. We got to understand more about Coach Beard, and we really dived into his psyche and him as a character, and we learned so much more about him and his relationship with his girlfriend and just more about him in general. And it was fun, entertaining. It was awesome. This week's episode, however, was an emotional roller coaster. Not just with Ted Lasso, but also with Rebecca as well, which was, I didn't expect to see that, but it was just refreshing. We understood Rebecca more, and we also got to see her break down some walls about certain things that have happened to her as well that she's been holding on to her whole entire life. So in this particular episode, we actually find out that Rebecca's dad has actually passed away. And that's what the whole funeral is all about. And this is where the domino effect begins with our characters. So with this whole stuff happening, revolving around the funeral, we start to understand certain characters and their feelings for certain things that have happened in their past. And we start to see them open up. Firstly, let's talk about Rebecca for it right now. Now, this funeral is her father, but we find out a lot more about Rebecca and her relationship with her father. Now we understand that she doesn't have a really good connection with her father because of certain things he did in her past to her mother that she had to live with because she never thought her mother actually knew about it. She actually caught her father cheating on her mother and had to live with it. And the way she was explaining it was heartbreaking. It was absolutely heartbreaking for her to carry that as a child and the way that she resents him because of that, because he acted like nothing ever happened. And then she finds out that her mother actually knew about it. And she's like, I hate you for that because you never left him. And it shows a lot about Rebecca because in her life, she had Rupert, who also was just an absolute asshole and cheated on her as well. So that would have brought up some real wounds from her past with her father. And I can see why Rebecca was the way she is and how she is moving forward in relationships. I mean, just imagine if you saw your parents, one of your parents, cheating, and then that same thing happened to you. No wonder why, when everything goes to shit, you're going to have a wall straight up and you're not going to let anyone in. So this is good character development for Rebecca. We get to see her break down and really tell her mother how she feels about her dad and about her, which was key to seeing her character grow and her relationship with Sam. Where is that going to go? I don't know now because she's going to take time away from Sam because she's scared, because Sam's so genuine and so nice. He's such a great character, but she's so concerned about getting hurt that she wants to make sure why and figure out why she's so afraid to move forward with Sam, which is great character development. It's great. I love Rebecca and I think she's fantastic. And this was great as well. And it's also good for Sam to get this sort of character development as well, like being that nice person, being there for her. And, you know, it's just great to see. Absolutely fantastic to see. But the main thing that absolutely broke me was Ted Lasso and his feelings, because this funeral brought up some old wounds for him as well regarding his father. We found out his father committed suicide in one of the previous episodes, and now we finally got him to sit down with the therapist and talk about it. And I tell you what, it was absolutely heartbreaking. But it's such a good key character moment for Ted Lasso as well. And to see him describe that this hate that he has is for his father, because his father just left him and his mother just left, just felt like he couldn't go anymore. But then when she asked him the question about why, like, what do you like about him? That was the key moment for me that really broke me when I was listening to Ted talk about it, because he's talking about this happy time. And then you just see the shift in emotion inside of him, where he's talking about how his father was a good dad, but no one ever told him that. And that now the guilt is starting to creep into him, where he's like, if I had just told him that, maybe he would be here right now. And that is such a thing that everyone does when they lose someone, that sometimes they just, like, even if it's got nothing completely to do with, like, it's just a random thing that happens, there's always going to be people that are like, but if I had done this, maybe this wouldn't have happened instead. And you feel guilty for it. That was fantastic to see Ted break down like that, and just to really get him, like, get it all out, was brilliant. That's what I've been waiting for, to see Ted finally break and open old wounds up. And now that that's out in the open, we can see Ted move forward with life. And it's just going to be awesome. There's some great moments also in this episode. I love Rebecca's friend when she talks to Rupert. It's freaking hilarious. I love her in that aspect. I love her. She's so great. Her and Ted, I'm interested to see where that's going to go moving forward. I loved also when they're at the funeral and Rebecca starts singing that song, and she gets to a bit where it's like, goodbye. And being the guy, Ted starts singing it because Rebecca can't finish it, because she just doesn't want to it's so hard to let go of a family member that's died. But then Ted jumps in and everyone jumps in, and it's just a fantastic moment. I absolutely love this episode. I do question a few things in this episode, like the editing. When Rebecca and Ted are telling their stories, it's edited to where we miss parts of each other's conversations, and it's sort of like Ted's talking and describing it, and then it's like, bam, Rebecca's describing the next part, bam, then it's Ted. I wasn't a big fan of that editing, but overall, as an episode, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. It was awesome to see Ted break down, and just to see these characters start to get more character development. Moving forward, where are we going to go? I don't know. I'm interested. I cannot wait. We're coming to the end of the season. I'm pretty sure we're coming to the end of the season now, and the end of the actual season of the football. What's going to be the implications if they didn't make it in the Premier League? I don't know. I'm interested. Let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in the comments below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.